Is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. This program contains mature content and may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you know even then that somewhere you'll see her again and again. Sun and champagne.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed 6:26 in the city of New Providence. This is your host, Kendenique Delaveau. And today is another sexy Tuesday. For some reason, by the time I get into the studio, it's always very, very sexy. But today I was feeling a little bit melancholy. As you can hear in the background, you're listening to my mother's favorite song, Some Enchanted Evening. Thursday will make 2 years since my mom left. And it never gets easy, right? You just learn how to live with it. And people say to you, oh, be strong. But until you've sat front seats at your mother's funeral, you will never know. You will never know what it's like not to know covering you. My mother wasn't the easiest woman. She was a girl from Milton Street, and at the end of her life, she was a lady in Charlottesville, and she did her very best by my brother and my father, and she sent us to private school and private education all of our lives, university, Catholic school, First Holy Communion. But she will never see my daughter graduate from Xavier's or become an attorney. But I want to admonish each and every person under the sound of my voice to understand that we are dust, and to dust we will absolutely return. And so Thursday I will take a sabbatical. I will take a break because I will be missing my mom. I miss her every day. I go to the grave to see her all the time, or I think she's there. And everyone says, Kenny, she's not there, but that is where I left her. That's where I left her remains. And when you walk out of the Roman Catholic graveyard, you have a feeling like, did I leave my mother there? And that's life. We see them go from the majestic women and men that they are, and we never think that they're going to leave us, but they do. So today, hug your person a little tighter. Love on that person a little bit more, because life is but a vapor. And I just want you to love on each other, because nothing matters and everything is love. But this evening I have with me 3 beautiful ladies, and we're speaking tonight on Kenny's Korner. We're having the real conversation about GLP-1. We're talking about healthy weight loss. We're talking PCOS. I hope I said it properly. Because somewhere between social media trends and red carpet bodies, women are confused. Some see it as cheating, some see it as an aid. We see the before photos, we hear the whispers about injections, we feel our bodies changing after 40, after babies, stress, after life, after grief. And nobody really sat us down to explain what is happening with our hormones. Tonight, it's not about shame. It's not about judgment. It's not about quick fixes. It's about results. It's about having the real conversation. It's about education. What is GLP-1? Is it safe? Is it sustainable? Is it necessary? And for the women navigating perimenopause and menopause, why does the weight feel different? Why does the belly fat feel stubborn? Why do we feel depressed half of the time? Why is there so much brain fog? But here's the other side of this conversation. Menopause is not the end. It's not a decline. It's a transition. And sometimes transition comes with wisdom, clarity, confidence, and freedom. So tonight, we separate facts from myths, science from social media, and pressure from power. Call in, ask your questions. Let us widen the conversation because your health matters, your hormones matter, and we deserve real information. And so in studio with me this evening is Dianne, and she's going to speak with us, and three beautiful ladies. Two are on GLP-1. Did I say it right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we have another one that has done it naturally. And ladies, if you see the transformation, men, if you see the transformation, it is astounding. I ready to start tonight. Okay. How big is the needle?
The needle is very small, and the workouts are vicious.
Okay, because I'm still recovering from a broken ankle, so I have to take it easy. But we have so many questions. I want you to introduce yourself to my listeners and to my callers. Tell them who you are and what services you have offered to these beautiful women in my studio.
Good evening, and it's a pleasure to be back again. I have been anticipating this day. We had such a great time last time, and this time I brought some guests with me. But my name is Dianne Gibson. I am a women's weight loss specialist. I'm certified in not only menopause and PCOS weight loss coaching, I'm a certified nutritionist and a certified GLP-1 coach. So, what happened with us at our location, we have two companies there, 90 Day Transformation and Flirty Girl Bahamas. Flirty Girl Bahamas really focuses on body services like Medi-Spa services. So that would be body contouring, post-op, lymphatic, spa services like saunas, detoxes, massage, facials, waxing, that kind of stuff. Then our other kind of brother-sister company is 90 Day Transformation, and that's where we work on the internal, the fitness, the nutrition, but also the psychology of weight loss. And I think we are the only location that deals with the psychology of weight loss, meaning it's like going to a counselor. We work on the internal to affect the external instead of the opposite. Everyone feels like your life is going to be different or better when you lose the weight, but it's actually the opposite. You have to start doing the actions of loving yourself more. And when you love yourself more, the weight comes off.
Okay. What exactly is GLP-1 and how does it work in the body?
All right. So a GLP-1 is a glucose peptide. And this is a natural occurring peptide or hormone that is in our body that they have now reproduced in a lab so that it can remain stable in our body. It was initially designed for diabetes to help stabilize blood sugar for diabetics and pre-diabetics. And they found that it had some interesting side effects. One of the major side effects is they noticed that people were losing weight. And they were having other health benefits because of losing the weight. So their cholesterol was improving, their blood sugar was improving. In a lot of cases, people were reducing inflammation. People were sleeping better. People were moving better. And so in that, they started to introduce the medication as a medication for weight loss. And we know that as the semaglutide or Ozempic that became the most popular, the fastest. And now we have grown into tirzepatide. So Ozempic, if you think of Coke and Pepsi, they're two big companies, but the item they offer is cola, right? And these are the brand names. So Ozempic is a brand name for semaglutide. Mounjaro is a brand name for tirzepatide. And tirzepatide is a little bit different than Ozempic in that Ozempic deals with one agonist in the body, and one agonist in your brain, one peptide, and the tirzepatide deals with two. So for a lot of people, they see a little quicker results and faster results. Now the OG is the semaglutide, and many people, millions of people around the world have seen amazing results on that. But now that we know that we can up it a little bit, a lot of people are jumping on the tirzepatide train, and now around the corner is another. Well, there's a few new ones coming about, but the next one would be retatrutide. And with retatrutide, you get both of the dual, also get a fat burning component with that. So the other two medications do not burn fat. You lose weight because your blood sugar stabilizes, your digestion slows, which decreases your appetite. So for a lot of you women out there who are in menopause or perimenopause, I'm going to kind of burst a bubble for a minute. A lot of us out there are trying to do intermittent fasting. It's very popular, it's very trendy, and I don't knock intermittent fasting for the right person. But intermittent fasting is really for younger people with faster metabolisms. Once we start to get into perimenopause and menopause, our metabolisms are slowing down, and we need to keep our blood sugar stable so that our metabolism stays high or stays stable. And by fasting, although we will lose some weight by fasting, a lot of times it's water weight, poop, a little bit of fat, but we're going to lose body fat faster, which is actually our goal, not to lose weight, but body fat, because we don't want to lose muscle. And whether we lose poop or not is really not that important. We're targeting the body fat. To do that, what does the medication do that's working for everyone? It's stabilizing our blood sugar. And if we're fasting, if we're doing intermittent fasting, we're getting large dips in blood sugar and then spikes, dips and spikes. And so it's actually working against what we're trying to do in perimenopause and menopause, which is stabilize the blood sugar.
Okay. Now, who is GLP-1 not good for?
For the most part, GLP-1 medication is not good for people who have gastric issues. Because remember I said the key thing that it does is it slows down digestion.
Okay.
So if you have kidneys, pancreas, intestines, stomach issues, anything where your digestive system is affected, or even people that have really low iron, you would want to up your iron a little bit first before going on the medication, because it's going to cause you to eat less and digest slower, and we need to eat certain things to up your iron. Okay. So it wouldn't be great for that. But it is great for people who have pain and inflammation. It's good for people with diabetes. It's good for people who have heart disease. It's good for people who have cholesterol issues, pain in the body from menopause and other type of things. So it's good for a lot of people. People always focus on the side effects of the medication, but we forget what the side effects of morbid obesity is.
Right.
And we have a long list of those. And when you go through the list of all of the side effects of being morbidly obese compared to medication, the GLP-1 medication, or GIP, which is a tirzepatide, the list is much longer with being morbidly obese. And so we're really trying to reduce the stigma that comes around the medication. It is a tool. We have a high success rate with weight loss with our clients. We have a 98% success rate. However, most of our clients are not on the medication. But it is a tool which helps a certain population of people. People who are morbidly obese, if you've been challenged for a lot of your life, if you experience what's called food noise. So I didn't know that there are some people that didn't experience food noise, because I've always had that. And that's when you're thinking about food almost constantly all day. You eat something and you're already thinking about what you're eating next. You're making, even if you're changing your menu and your diet, like you're just constantly thinking about food. As soon as you see food, you have to eat it. If it's on your plate, you have to finish all of it. If you're at the movies, you got to get 3, 4, 5 things on your tray. You're not satisfied with just one thing. You can't walk away from food. You got to take the take home all the time. And I would actually dare to say that we have somewhat of an epidemic of an eating disorder in the Bahamas. and it would be interesting to study to see where it actually comes from. It's a scarcity mentality where, for some reason, we are uncomfortable with walking away from food on our plate, from throwing food away,
Or from toting food.
Like, we have to do it. We have to do it. And it's interesting because I am from another culture. I'm American, and I never saw toting before till I came to the Bahamas. And I was like, what is this? At my wedding, when I tell you they toted everything from, probably the toilet paper in the bathroom, like literally, I never saw it before. But it's something in the culture where we've been told to clean our plates. There are starving kids in Africa. We have to clean our plates. I'm here to tell you, Bahamas, especially women in the Bahamas, the food we leave on our plate is not going to save any starving kid anywhere else in the world. All it's going to do is make us obese. We have to learn how to tap into our own hunger signals and food signals, and that's where the food psychology comes in.
Okay, when we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we are going to talk to these three beautiful ladies, and we're going to have more conversation on menopause and PCOS, because the questions about menopause are magnified today. Listen, I am there. I've heard about this blanket that people use at night to get good sleep.
Blanket?
Maybe
the weighted blanket.
Have you heard?
I have a weighted blanket.
Do you sleep?
Yeah, I sleep great anyway. But
I need some information on that. So again, to my listeners, to my texters, I will get to your questions, but please let us take a quick commercial break, and we will come back with these three beautiful ladies. They're going to tell us who they are. They're looking fabulous in the studio this evening. We will be right back. You're listening to Kenny's Corner. This is Kendenique Delaveau on Guardian 96.9.
Highest grades we blaze. Dreams of brighter days. Giving thanks. As the days goes by, giving thanks and praise. This burden heavy, but still a chug on. Weary, but no watch the school face where we have on. Real soldiers keep standing. Now give up the fight. No, the sun will shine tomorrow. We shall see the rainbow, and I will never let go.
City of Miami Gardens presents JITG Music Fest. Janae Aiko, Ludacris, Ashanti, Nelly, Glorilla, LMA, Maya, Show, D Nice and Friends, featuring SWV, Donnell Jones, Case, Sunshine Anderson, and Kenny Burns, Isley Brothers, El DeBarge, Stephanie Mills, and so many more. March 7th and 8th, Hard Rock Stadium. Tickets and info at jazzinthegardens.com. Jazzinthegardens.com.
Always on the go? Missed the show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
Mommy, guess what I did in school today? Hold on, sweetie. Mommy's sending a text. But Mommy, my teacher said that you're not supposed to text and drive. I know what I'm doing. Oh, look, Mommy, the Smith twins. Mommy, watch out! In 2017, approximately 54 people died as a result of traffic accidents. A percentage of these fatalities occurred as a result of texting while driving. Just taking your eyes off the road for 5 seconds can increase your chance of crashing. Remember, even the smallest voice counts.
Texting. Brought to you by UB Radio and Guardian Radio 96.9.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Oh, you.
ladies and gents, we're back. You're listening to Kenny's Corner, Guardian Radio 96.9. Fresh news, smart talk all day. Our telephone lines are 323-623-TEAL or 325-4316 or 325-4259. And our text lines are 422-4796. I promised you that when we came back, we would speak to the lovely ladies in studio, the Slimmies on deck this evening. Woo. So we are going to start with you, the nurse, right? Now, nurse, let me see if I can turn this around for y'all to see nurse. Nurse, you can see you?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Now, I want you to tell our listening audience, what is your name? And tell them how many pounds you started at.
Okay. Hi, my name is Dianne Ferguson. When I started my weight loss transformation, I was 400 pounds. It's shocking now, looking back. It's like I have no idea how I got there. It's like a blur. It's like I was always chubby as a child, and it's like, you just gained weight, and it was just so comfortable. It was like, it wasn't until I started getting sick and I had to go to the doctor, and he was like, you know how much you weigh? And I was like, not much. And he was like, no, you lie. And he took me to every scale in that office to show me that the scale was not lying. It was me who was in denial. Yeah. And it's a real road.
And as a nurse, did you realize that, hey, I have to go to the patient's bedside and I'm a chubby. How did that work for you?
And the thing about it is, I never really realized it. Like, I knew I was big, okay? Like, let's not be real. I knew I was big. I just didn't realize I was that big because I've always been active because I'm a family islander, so I normally have to do flights, so I have to climb in little planes, and, like, I've done this so effortlessly for years, and, like, so it was like, what do you mean I weigh all of that? Like, I could not believe it because it was like, as far as I was concerned, I was just a little big, but I was active. I didn't have any issues. I was pretty. I was just living life.
How has your journey been with the GLP-1? Am I saying it right? GLP-1.
Yes. So far with the medication, I found that I've lost a lot of inches. For me, I haven't dropped like extreme pounds, but my physique is different. Like, I have a shape. like I got a waistline.
I know, that's right.
I've always had heavy chest. Like, my boobs were 48H.
What is that?
The average person is like H. Boobs don't go that high. No, baby. They go all the way down the alphabet. I can wear regular D's. I could not believe it inside the bra shop. I was like, oh my gosh.
Is the sex better? I have to know.
She's actually engaged, so maybe
that's
she's
yes.
still a virgin, maybe.
I mean, I
know, right? The mic
literally, that's the very next question. I mean, that question is in my messages. How is the sex now that you've lost the weight?
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing about sex and weight.
Right.
Like anything you do, like when people come to yoga, the stomach and the breast and everything gets in the way. And when you start to drop some of them pounds, it's like your body could move better.
Oh boy. My girl, what is wrong with your finger? Are you saying yes, yes? Are you saying yes, yes? Hot. Oh, hot. I love that for us. All right. So let me ask my next beautiful lovely. Now tell us what your name is, please.
My name.
And where you started your journey.
Okay, my name is Betty Taylor. My journey started because of a scare.
Really?
I was always heavy growing up. I was 10 pounds, was born big. But I was 160 when I was in grade 6, so I was always big. But I would have lost weight before. I would have tried everything you could name.
Right.
Besides surgery, I would have done before. I even had my mouth wired, back in those days.
I always thought about wiring my mouth too, but I don't think that would work for me.
That's your gift. You can't do that.
No. And then I feel like I suffocate. I don't know.
Yeah, I can still talk like that, how my mouth was wired. So I went to the doctor. Like I said, I tried many things before. Right. I even lost, I think the most at one point, about 50 pounds. But most of my weight came when my mother died, like you, and I didn't know I was depressed. I ate, and when you saw me, hi, how are you doing? I am fine. But I ate my way into 60 pounds in 1 year after my mother passed. Oh, wow. And Then they told me, oh, you don't want to get pregnant right away, so you take the shot. And so the shot also put on weight. That weight never came off because I kept doing things, and I got over my mother's death, I think about 3 years after she passed. Not got over, but learned how to deal with it. And so I was still big, and the weight never moved. It moved a little to about, when I say big, over 300 pounds. And it moved a little to, say, about 250. I was in a program before, and in 6 weeks, I lost about 48 pounds. And that wasn't always the healthiest way to do it. And when I went to the doctor in November 2024, I got a life-threatening diagnosis. And all I can say is thank God that I'm here, because if it wasn't for God, I would not be living today.
Amen.
And in order for me to do a treatment, I had to be under 300 pounds. Wow. There was no equipment in Nassau that could have held my weight for that treatment that I needed. So I had to lose the weight. So I had joined 90-Day Transformation in January. When I joined, and listen to this now, they measured me at 335.9. And this was the 2nd of January. By the time as that Monday came around, I think that was a Thursday. By the time Monday came around, I was 343.9. Because that's how my body just hold on to whatever it was. Like you say, you see food and it just sticks there. I could smell it, and it goes on my body. And so I started losing weight, doing the detox and everything else. And then my doctor said, you need to get this treatment like right now. So my doctor put me on the GLP-1 because she's like, I need this process to go a little bit faster. Mind you, I was losing weight, but I needed to have the treatment urgently. And so she put me on a GLP. She started with 2.5, and then I went to 5, then to 7.5, and then eventually to 10.
And how long has this been?
This has been from last year, 2025, January the 2nd from last year.
So it's a process.
It's a process.
It's not an overnight quick fix.
No. And let me tell you, even with the GLP-1s, you still have to learn how to eat, because when I first started to take the shot, when I ate something that was wrong, I went to the bathroom. And I know that, okay, I'm off plan, because I'm still following my 90-day plan. But when I eat off plan, I went to then when they up the dosage, there's a chance that you do not feel hungry because the digestion slowed down. And so that food is staying there longer. And so you don't feel hungry. But that is not a good thing. You have to learn to eat. You have to learn that, okay, I cannot just starve myself for the rest of the weight to come off, that eventually I have to eat. So for me, it was learning the right time to eat.
What is the highest dosage? Because y'all may have to put me on like 50.5.
Not really.
Not at all.
I'm an eater.
And the thing is,
It isn't
the idea isn't to not be hungry or to not eat. It's to be able to control what you are eating.
So portion sizes too?
Portion
Yes.
sizes
Okay.
too. You
learned
have to
that.
change it.
Okay.
I learned that because although she put me, you can go to, I think it's about 50, and I never went there because my doctor did not want me to tap out. She just wanted me to get to a place that I could have my treatment and also just level out, because me doing it is still important than the medication, although that was a tool I was using. And so at one point, I still believe, you see these big, healthy salads, and you figure you could eat that big bowl, and because it's salad, you're still good, but that's still more than your portion size. And so I had to learn that through the program, through 90-Day Transformation, that not because that's a big salad that I should eat everything or clean my plate, like we were taught to clean our plates.
Did either of you feel any sense of shame from your community? Because when I say your community, I mean your people, because sometimes people have a tendency to say, you doing that? How was there any shame in how they communicated with you?
For me, I think I had one or two persons who would say, like, when you come off the medication, the weight is going to come back.
And they still big, eh?
Yeah. And
jealous.
so that's my thought. They're jealous. And so I tell them it's because those persons who did it, they did not train their mind. They did not rethink how they did things. They were still in the old mindset. You have to change your mindset. They probably starved because they didn't have the appetite, instead of saying, let me eat smaller portions to get my nutrition. And that's what I told them. But when persons ask me, I'm not afraid to say, this is what I'm on, because I've heard people tell lies before when they did surgeries and they don't want persons to know that they did a surgery. Oh, I just did this and this
I stopped eating sugar for the week.
Right. And that's not the case.
Right.
So I tell them,
Right.
I said, listen, I'm on 90-Day Transformation, but my doctor also put me on GLP-1. I didn't go on it on my own. It was a necessity. And so I am doing both of those right now. My coach works along with my doctor. Whatever my doctor says, that's what she does. If my doctor says, no, I need you to cut down, then she cuts down. And so they work hand in hand together to make sure that I get the help that I needed. After I did the procedure, I said to the doctor, okay, I'm looking sort of good. Can I stay on a little bit longer? And she was hesitant, but she also realized that I was still big.
Okay.
So I needed to lose a little bit more.
Okay.
And to make sure that, because I said to her, I've always gone down to 250 and go back up. I need to see a new me. And so right now I am 222.4.
What's the total pounds lost, Betty?
The total pounds to be 121.5.
That's a whole other person.
Listen, I lost 12 inches off my hips, and Bahamians have hips.
We have hipsies.
Right.
Yes.
And so I lost 12 inches off my hips. I lost in total 93.3 inches.
That's
off
awesome.
my whole body.
93
Yes.
inches. Congratulations
Thank
to
you so much.
So when you go to the grocery store, you shop differently. You're out to a family dinner, macaroni, peas and rice, potato salad, coleslaw, peas and rice, plantain, yams. You don't put that all on one plate.
No. And let me tell you what happened over the Christmas. I love cheesecake. Anybody who knows me knows that I love cheesecake. My sister-in-law, she actually baked 2 whole cheesecake.
Your
And
sister-in-law, listening? Tell her. Send me a cheesecake.
Make sure it's a fat-free one.
And if you're listening, please send Kenny a cheesecake. And so what I did was because we got prepared.
Right.
We had our sessions. We got prepared. We had a sample Christmas dinner, you might say, during Thanksgiving or Christmas.
So we had a healthy Thanksgiving dinner so we could practice before Christmas.
Okay.
How are we going to do this?
Right.
Okay.
And so when I went, my mind was already made up. Okay, if I must have anything, I must choose one of the things that I wanted.
Okay.
I'm not going to have the macaroni, the potato salad, and the plantain, and the cheesecake, and the pound cake, and the tarts. I need to choose what I wanted. So I liked the macaroni better than the cheesecake. So I had my little small piece of my macaroni and made sure that fit on my portion size. You have the mental plate in your head. And so I made sure that fit on a quarter of my plate or less than. And I made sure I fill it up with vegetables.
Okay.
And so I drank a lot of water and I passed those cheesecake. Oh, you want me to help you pack these up? And they told us.
Yeah.
I didn't tote any cheesecake this time.
Because if you told it, it'll end up in your mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
And my husband actually made some pastries and the cookies. I said, okay, I'm going to eat 2 cookies. He made some cookies for the family function. And the rest of those he took out of the house to the family. Everybody else had everything.
Husband, I like that for us.
Good job, Marvin.
I love that for us. Now, can you see yourself? Can you see you?
I can see me.
All right. Now, you have done the 90-day transformation. Tell us how that worked for you. Start us mentally, because a lot of times we don't see how the mental anguish works in terms of our weight loss. So walk us through how you got started. What made you start?
Well, I'm Monique Knowles. What brought me to the 90-day transformation and 30 Girl was that I knew I needed to go. I think like a lot of people, we lose weight over and over and over and over again. And I've lost large amounts of weight before. But somewhere over COVID and us doing work from home, you ended up working more long hours, more secluded, and you're just getting up and going to the fridge. And I found myself in a situation where I was finding it hard to sleep. I had so much inflammation and joint pains. I could hardly walk on my knees. I just hurt every single day. And that mental fatigue of that had me stuck in this loop where I would work, go to bed, work, go to bed. I couldn't enjoy my hobbies. I like to garden. And I basically was just giving up on life. And I woke up one day and I said, you cannot continue to live this way. You deserve more. And I know, you talk about the shame of taking the medications or whatnot. Let's talk about the shame of losing weight and putting it back on.
Right.
And the comments, can be really devastating too, Mm-hmm. So when I looked for a program, I wanted one that covered all areas of health.
Yes.
So I didn't just want a diet. I didn't want just to go somewhere to work out. I wanted to really change my mindset and get to the root of what my challenges are. Why was I feeling this way? Why was I using food or alcohol or whatever to just get through a day?
Right.
And that's why I really love the 90-day program, because it covers your of eating clean and what that does for your body. It has an exercise component that it doesn't matter where you are. Like I said, it took me 20 minutes to get up the stairs to meet with them. And they assured me they had a program for them. And I was petrified to walk in that class. I'm like, what am I going to be able to do? I'm going to look like an idiot. I don't even know if I can get through the workout. I'm going to be so embarrassed. And the very first class, they took me in, and there were a number of ladies who were doing exercises in chairs.
Real ladies.
And we were actually in the class. This wasn't a separate class where you were, you had to feel weird or you had to go
You're in the special
time.
class.
No, this was in the room with people at all different levels, and they modified every exercise. So you did almost every exercise that everybody else did. So you felt included, and everybody was so supportive. So we talked about the exercise, and we talked about the eating plans. They have an extensive array of tools to help you in that area, as well as classes and how to portion your plate. But then there's the psychological
Coaching.
the coaching. And Coach Dianne can tell you that I use this all the time. I go to private sessions with her. I book personal workouts with her, because what I get out of it is so amazing. And I realize that I lost my joy in life, and she has really helped me, and her questions and her guidance and what she makes you think of. And she doesn't tell you the answers. No, she gives you these nuggets and these tools that really get you thinking, and it's like self-discovery. And every week you go there, there's always some new thing that you can apply to your life. And it's just been a full transformation in my life. So with all these different tools, then you add in the flirty girl component.
Fun stuff.
Oh yeah. So, I've done her teeth whitening. I had some contouring. I've done the massages. I've done the sauna. It's just such a full, complete
Program.
that really and truly helps you physically, mentally, and in body and soul. I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
So what I'm hearing is that this is a community, because sometimes when you go into certain classes, right?
Absolutely.
You see people dressed in the matchy this and that and the next thing, and sometimes
This is real
women
women.
are very standoffish. But do you realize Women's International Week is Sunday, right?
Yes.
But we are all going through the same things. We can buy the very same pair of Gucci shoes, and we are standing in the same shoe, but it's a different fit for everybody. About the emotional component of it, you're a community. And so what you feel, she feels. And because you work this thing together, you're a community.
Right.
Your community.
And so we have sauna times before and after classes.
What is sauna times now?
4 ladies could fit in the large sauna together. And literally, I can hear what they're talking about outside the sauna. And it's so interesting to hear the conversations develop over time as they become not just people in a class together, but they truly become friends and then sisters, we purposely hand pick the people in our program that we know will fit good in the environment. This is not a program for somebody who wants to be isolated and be alone, because this is a community. Because our country is in a crisis, and we have to, one household at a time, start changing this obesity rate. And my partner and I believe that comes through the Bahamian woman, because she's going to decide what her household is eating, what's going to be on the table, what's going to be in the fridge. And in a lot of households, the woman is even the financial provider nowadays. So we decided to specifically target women, and through all of these women, their significant others end up as a byproduct also becoming healthier and losing weight.
Because if I'm cooking this, you're going to eat it.
You're going to eat it.
Yeah.
And we even talk about how to introduce healthy foods to your family so that we don't scare them off. You know, it's skills.
But it's even more than that. You give us the tools to make the food delicious.
Right.
So that our partners are happy and satisfied.
Excited.
Salads. He eats every single vegetable. He was a rice and potato kind of guy. We haven't had rice and potato since Christmas.
Wow.
And if we
fantastic.
do have it, we add in something to
To throw it off.
So
Absolutely.
when a woman comes to us, first of all, we do take men, but we just happen to have mostly women. Everybody does a consultation.
Right.
And although it's a health screening consultation, you get your body statistics, your body fat, and all that stuff. And if you're going to talk about medication, we're going to give you very specific medication information so that you're well informed about what it is you would be taking and the side effects and if it's good for you or not good for you. And we do request that they take labs for the medication, all that stuff, talk to their doctor. But in that process, Coach and I are also screening the client. It's also an audition for whether we think this is the place for them. And it's a specific woman that fits well in the program, because a lot of these women, like we talked about Betty had to lose the weight to save her life. To be able to use a piece of life-saving equipment, she had to lose 30 pounds immediately. Somebody sit in the sauna with somebody who's negative and complaining about the food or the class, or, oh, coach made me do this and da-da-da. That's not going to work.
No.
And Betty is not our only client like that. We have a lot of clients with life-threatening illnesses, or we have elderly women who can barely move. And so they can't be standing next to someone who is vain or not helpful. In many classes, we have to help older ladies get down on the floor and get off the floor and all this stuff. So we can't have an environment where they're going to feel uncomfortable.
No, we can't. We cannot do that. Now, I have to get to the hormone questions.
Yes.
And the menopause questions and the PCOS question.
That's a whole show, baby.
We better start with menopause then.
Yes.
Chris, can we take a break? We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with menopause, PCOS, and the hormones.
Woo.
Oh, boy.
This room is full of it.
Yeah. We are going to be back. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Guardian Radio 96.9, Kenny's Corner. I'm your host, Kendenique Delaveau.
Baby, oh baby, talk about love, talk about trust, talk about forever, baby, talk about us. I give you my word, stick to my guns, believe me when I say it, baby, it's just begun. You don't understand, oh girl, the full intent of my plan. I wanna be your sole provider.
Right, you know what's going down tomorrow?
Nobody, what happening?
Joe bringing these knives to school? He could do Junior in?
For what?
But he fooled with Joe girl.
Mother sick. And you know Junior don't bark down for nothing. So that means you got a big fight tomorrow.
So whose side you on?
Side? I trying to stay in school, not Simpson Pen. We gotta tell somebody about this fight.
Tell somebody. I ain't no snitch. I mean cool, you know.
But if you so cool, then you need to stay in school and stay out of the fight.
Yeah, but if I don't hang on Joe's side, him and these boys coming for me next.
All right, so we definitely gotta tell somebody. We gotta prevent the fight.
What I say, I don't want nobody call me snitch.
We could just call Crime Stoppers. You could report what you know, and nobody gotta know it's you.
So how did I boy?
All you gotta do is call them, or you text them through the Crack Crime Bahamas app, and nobody can know it's you.
Then the police come looking for me for more info, and when they finish with them, Joe them coming looking for me?
When you call Crime Stoppers, the calls go directly to Miami, and they don't ask nothing about you. Then you can get the pen from them, and they can claim a reward later using that same pen.
Plus, everything's scrambled, so nobody can read what you're saying.
Call 328-8477 from Nassau or 242-300-8477 from the Family Islands.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Always on the go? Missed the show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
She's still loving me, though I've caused her so much pain. I've done my share of wrong, my share of wrong, time and time again. Ooh, she's still loving me, and I can't deny. Oh no, 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 since she's been in my life.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Singing's going. Chris, you playing the tunes today. Ladies and gents, you're listening to Kendenique Delaveau on Kenny's Corner, Guardian Radio 96.9, fresh news, smart talk all day. And we're sitting here between a bev of beauties, and they're all lost almost 600 pounds together.
Yeah.
You know, it's fantastic. And they're not just ladies that work out or the flirty girl or 90-day transition or on GPL1. They are a group of ladies that come together, their community. They admonish you to come and have a consultation and figure out if it's a fit for you. But first, you figure out if they're a fit for your organization.
So, because a coaching relationship is like a marriage. There has to be a fit there.
It has to be a fit.
Yeah, and you have to be ready to, and not everybody's 100% ready, but you have to be partially ready to be coachable.
Absolutely.
And that's hard.
And
that is very hard.
And you have to be, there has to be a lot of self-actualization, right?
Yeah.
So we want to talk about menopause, not so much peri, but menopause itself. And we have a medley of questions, but the basic thing is, when you think about menopause and the GLP-1, oh my gosh, GLP-1, when you think about it, right? How does it affect you in a positive way? Talk to us about menopause and this wonder drug.
So in my story, I always battled with weight, and being a fitness and a health professional, that's quite embarrassing. I fought in my younger years with eating disorders, and so the psychology of weight loss was always important to me because I had to be very mindful around food because it's very easy to go down the wrong rabbit hole really quick. I know how to lose weight very fast in a million unhealthy ways. over COVID. I went through menopause, and I was in denial. Every week I thought I had COVID, but it was menopause. And my significant other had to tell me, Dianne, I think it's menopause. I was having hot flashes. I was hot all night. I was throwing the blankets off. I was miserable. I was cranky. I was irritable, all kinds of stuff. And he had to tell me that he thinks it's menopause. And indeed, I hit the big M. And during that COVID period, going through menopause, I very rapidly also gained weight. And again, very embarrassing working in the health industry to, put on 50, 60 pounds and to eventually be, 100 pounds overweight, similar to these other ladies, and then still have to show up for work and try to coach people. Like, what kind of farce am I?
Like everything is normal.
Yeah, like everything is normal. But, everything happens for a reason. I think God takes me through these journeys
for someone else.
For someone else. So I could really understand that these weight gain is different for everyone. You may be able to just go to the gym and do a few fun exercise classes, and you may be able to lose weight. It becomes more and more difficult as you get to menopause. Things that used to work for you don't work for you anymore. And the more stress you have, whether it's because of a stressful event, but it could also be working too long of hours. It could be not sleeping, any kind of stressor, even workout classes that are too aggressive during menopause will increase cortisol, which will increase your belly fat. And so even the type of exercise we did before isn't what we should be doing now in menopause. So when I gained my weight, I started to lose my weight naturally without any help from medication. I say naturally, but the GLP-1 technically is naturally. It's a naturally occurring peptide that's in our body. But I lost most of my weight without the medication. But I was really struggling. I was struggling with food noise. I was struggling with knee pain. I was walking in the store, like I would have to lean on the cart because my back would hurt. I would have to lean on the counter. My significant other was like, stand up. Why are you hunched over? And I was like, I'm literally in pain. And then I started waking up in the middle of the night, gasping. Like I stopped breathing in my sleep. And at first it was just occasionally, and then it started to happen more and more frequently. And I saw myself on the security camera in one of these episodes, and literally the terror on my face, I couldn't get breath for close to a minute. I thought I was going to die. And at that point, I said, what kept going through my mind is, if I die, someone has to call my son and tell him to arrange a funeral for his mother. And I asked my significant other, the last thing you do for me, please help my son bury me if something happens to me. Please promise me that. But I said, no matter what it's going to take, fighting this menopause, fighting these symptoms, fighting this weight gain, similar to Monique, I have to do this or I'm going to die. This isn't a joke. This is not about looking cute in a pair of pants or wearing a bikini anymore like it was when I was 30. This is literally me fighting for my life. And my partner was very against me taking any type of medication. I didn't give a flying F. I was going to do whatever I had to do. I was going to spend whatever money I had to spend. I didn't care if it was going to cost me $1 million. I was going to get my life in order and get my control and my life back. I was out of control. And I started to take the medication, and the medication helped me lose. I eventually lost 110 pounds. But what I do now is I'm on a microdose for menopause symptoms. So I now feel hunger on a large dose anymore. But I noticed that when I went totally off the medication, my knee pain started coming back. My back pain started coming back. Even though I'm 110 pounds lighter, that inflammation was still present in my body. And I'm a person where it was to a point where it would get in the way of me doing the exercises I want to do, you know? And so when I went back on the dose, I just did the very lowest dose possible that would reduce my pain and some of my other menopause symptoms. And so I microdose on a regular basis, and there's a few other experts that are proponents of microdosing for menopause and PCOS because they're similar in that they're hormonal. And so getting the control back, and now me coming from a nutrition aspect, what it does for me is, and my clients, is it takes the food noise away so we can use food as it was intended by God for nutrition, not entertainment. And so now we have the control to make the choices that we know we should make. And without it, it's much more difficult. And especially when you're going through menopause, you're hyper emotional, you're hyper stressed, you're not sleeping. We are more overcommitted and working longer and harder hours. And not only that, never before in history have we had access to all this different apps and devices where we're doing 10 things at the same time. We're not just doing one thing at a time anymore. We're not just working 8 hours because somebody at work is going to send us a text when we're at home or when we're off on Sunday. And it's never been like this in history. Imagine there was a time when you had to walk or go to a phone to call someone, or you couldn't get a hold of them till they were at home at their phone. Now we expect people to answer right away or we go crazy. It's just crazy. And all of this anxiety is messing with our hormones. On top of the artificial food that we're eating, the fast food, the chemicals, all of this stuff is causing our hormones to go out of whack. So the medication helps menopause directly in some areas, but indirectly in some areas because when we change our food, the menopause symptoms get better.
Okay, this question that I have here asks, do you think that you can offer this to other women that are going through menopause, a smaller or lower dosage so that we don't feel the way that we do?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And again, we always work hand in hand with your physician. We want your physician to know that you're taking the medication, and we make a decision based upon what your physician will say. If you don't have a physician, we have physicians that you can go to and see. We do require that you do labs when you take the medication and that you check your labs at least twice a year, especially things that affect your digestive system. That's important. Your kidney functions are important. We take all of that very seriously. So you want to improve those symptoms. 99% of the time, all of those health markers start getting better after you take the GLP-1 medication, not worse.
Okay.
People who normally have a negative experience is because of the lack of education on how to take the medication and what type of foods to eat and not eat when you're on the medications, because there are foods which will trigger side effects.
Okay, we are almost out of time. It is already 7:23. But 1 minute, I'm going to give each one of you ladies a minute each. I want you to tell our listening audience, first of all, how they can get in contact with you, email, WhatsApp, everything, where you're located, every single thing, so they can get this help on with menopause and PCOS and try to lose the weight. Give them all of the information that I want, the testimonials from you three ladies, and then we're going to close out our show for the night. Go ahead for me, please.
All right. So once again, you can locate me. I'm Dianne Gibson, certified GLP-1 coach, and my businesses are 90-Day Transformation and Flirty Girl Bahamas in Saunders Beach Plaza. The easiest way to get me is on WhatsApp, my personal WhatsApp, 467-9630. I'm also planning a Sip and Slim, which is an information session for people who are interested in asking questions about GLP-1 medication. And anyone who WhatsApps me the promo code Kenny this week, if you send me that, you will get 50% off our Sip and Slim event, where we will be not only talking about some other feminine interesting products and sexy stuff, but we'll be talking about the GLP-1s, how they work, and answering all the questions. You can meet some of these ladies as well. So I hope to hear from some of you. It's 467-9630.
Can you take the GLP-1 along with Manjaro?
It would be a GLP-1. It's a GIP, which includes the GLP. So you would take one or the other.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, we actually have all 3 medications now, but I have not given the retatrutide yet to any clients because it's still in a testing phase. But yes, you can take GIP, you can take GLP, and you can one. I do want to say, ladies, that we do have a membership. So the medication with membership is very inexpensive. So if you are a member of the 90-Day Transformation Program, your medication is as low as $75 per week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking, what is it again? So repeat the information, Dianne.
Okay, we are located in Saunders Beach Plaza, Flirty Girl, Bahamas, and 90-Day Transformation. My name is Dianne Gibson. You can find me all over Facebook. And the WhatsApp line is 467-9630. I'm feeling very generous. So people, if you tell me you heard us on Kenny's show, I have some giveaways for the Sip and Slim, especially for all of you that were listening to the show. So just give me a WhatsApp and we'll make sure we give you the hookup when you get there.
Give me the WhatsApp again,
467-9630.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'm sending this to somebody that's
awesome.
listening in. All right. Go ahead for me, please, Monique.
Well, I've lost 98 pounds. Sorry, 89 pounds.
Okay.
Correction. And 75 inches off of my body in 8 months.
And she did that without GLP.
Correct.
Okay.
So I think that in itself explains
How wonderful the program
wonderful
works.
the program works.
Okay.
I started in a chair and I'm working out.
She's doing burpees now.
And exactly.
I kill her now.
And lifting weights and feeling awesome. And I skirt about the office and
her boobs are smaller.
I smile all the time. And the friendships that I've made, there's just
awesome. Okay, Betty Taylor again. I have lost 121.5 pounds.
Yes!
93.3 inches. I must also tell you that the support from family is awesome. My husband started with me just to make sure that I was sticking to the program, and he even cooked some of the meals for me.
Oh, yes,
listen,
you got an amazing husband.
Yes, I do have an amazing husband. Marvin, I love you, baby.
It's Auckland's money.
No, he was born here, but his father was, I think, from Exuma, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, the support is good, but also we have that support there.
Yes.
You wouldn't believe how people honestly are happy for you. I have my number one cheerleader, my husband calls her Jennifer, and even when I make a little bit of progress, she's always there clapping me on.
Jennifer's online, I see her.
Yes. And one of my achievements is doing a plank for 2.5 minutes. Now, people don't think that, oh, that's a little bit. Trust me, I used to just belly flop. When I first started. And for me to hold up on all 4 arms, my 2 arms and my 2 legs, without on my elbows for 2.5 minutes,
Good for
that's
you.
a lot. So I love that. I love that my clothes, I gave away a lot of clothes because my clothes, you know when you have clothes packed away for when you get smaller? Well, those clothes that were supposed to fit me when I get smaller, they were too big. So I gave them away. And I must include, and I must tell you this, my journey included God all the way. I don't know if people know how to pray, but I prayed for God to help me lose weight because he can do the impossible. And so that was one of the major things. Every morning I wake up, Lord, help me to lose this weight. Help me to control what I eat. Help me to make sure I make the right choices. That was a daily prayer. So those of you who know the value of prayer, include him in this journey with you. Your support from your family and the support from this 90-Day Transformation team, please come on in. We welcome you. Waiting on you.
Awesome.
Alrighty, so good night again. My name is Dianne Ferguson. I have lost 170 pounds.
Woo!
So I want to tell everybody that's listening, come on down to Flirty Girl and 90-Day Transformation. For me, I chose the program because I saw other ladies that looked like me. It wasn't just you pulled up to a gym and there goes this girl that looks like she's about a size 0 in a 2-piece, and you're like, I have to go in there with her. Yeah. No. So it was a family. It was a community. I got sick last year. I fell down the stairs. I was injured. My coaches came up with online workouts for me. I never knew it hurt so much to work from a chair.
Yeah, they can be pretty hard.
Chair workout is not easier than regular workout. You get the good, well workout. My therapist is be like, you're doing so good. What are you doing at your gym? And I tell her what she do. And she's like, okay, well, try these. And then I just let coach know. And he's like, we go from there. So if you have any issues, they work with your doctors. They work with your other coaches. It's a well-rounded program. So don't be afraid. We don't bite. We are very welcoming. So don't be afraid to hit us up.
And I know our time is up, but I have to say shout out to Coach Hall before we close, because he is our daddy in the program. He is not only our head personal trainer, he's the owner of the company. He's our spiritual leader. He is our backbone. He is everything to us. And we love you, and you help make all of us who we are, Coach. We love you very much.
Awesome.
Good night to my lovely fiance, Troy.
They all got dudes.
I'm gonna shut now, like Well, of course, the menopause questions are very, very fervent, and we have to have more conversation on this. We never seem to have sufficient time.
Yeah.
But I think that everybody got a wealth of knowledge tonight, and I thank you, ladies, for coming out and being honest and transparent in your journey. I think a lot of times, Women's International Day is coming up on Sunday, and we have a lot of wonderful quotes and pretty pink pictures and everything else, right? But are we really there for our sisters? Are we really helping another one? Do you give that woman the job and then say, oh, I don't know if I should have given her that job. Let me take this job back for her, but this job feeds her family. Or you see somebody with something that you think they should not have. Are we really just adult mean girls,
Right.
So for this International Women's Day, think about what your impact is and what your legacy will look like as a woman who stands and champions for another lady. But I'm closing out this evening. This is another Sexy Tuesday evening. And the breeze is blowing. And, boy, I'm going to go home and get a little bit flirty with my good husband.
Oh, yeah.
my good Ruben. We're going to go home and have some wine. But ladies, gents, put your foot over that woman and let that woman put your foot over you. And you have yourself a sexy Tuesday evening. Get you some popcorn, some wine. Love on each other. This is another Tuesday that we thank God for life. You've been listening to Kenny's Corner. I'm Kendenique Delaveau. And make it a good one, because this is another opportunity for us to have a real conversation. Guardian Radio 96.9. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Cause me without you makes no sense, and you don't need nobody else. Me could I never, ever, ever make it without you. Me could never make it without you. Me could I never make it without you. Make it without you. Me could I never, ever, ever make it without you. Me could never make it without you. Me could I never make it without you. Make it without you. It's so real when they say you never miss the water till the well run dry.